What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Kat Terrell had a really good piece on ESPN looking at Taysom Hill and kind of asking the question, should Taysom Hill get more have more receptions this year? And it's a valid line of questioning, certainly. But I think the conversation then easily evolves, Jake, into what should Taysom Hill's role on this New Orleans Saints be? And the reason being, look, last year he developed arguably into your most dynamic piece of the offense. I mean, by the end of the year, he was really the only thing that was consistently working or that was consistently threatening defenses, right? We all remember the Cleveland game where Jake was basically pulling his hair, pounding the table for Pete Carmichael to recognize what the weather was and to just start pounding it with Taysom Hill, which they did in the second half. And, well, you remember what ended up happening. Remember, he had 7 touchdowns on the ground last year, 96 carries, 575 yards. I mean, that is great in terms of pure rushing stats. But now, Jake, with Derek Carr here and the reinvestment there, the old conversation about, well, do you take Derek Carr out for Taysom Hill QB snaps reemerges, and with Jamal Williams now on this team, right. It's like, okay, well, now you have 2 legitimate short yardage options. Do they work together and complement each other, or do they end up kind of vulturing one another?
I think you have them in there at the same time. You certainly can. And, you know, if you take Derek Carr off the field, obviously it's for short yardage situations. And now sometimes it's going to be in the field as well, but, like, you have a dynamic quarterback at picking up a yard or two. Like, a runner, I should say. Like, he's not even a quarterback at that point. He is a runner. And you also have Jamal, who has shown in his career that he can do the same. And so the possibilities open up even more. Because, you know, last year you didn't have that back. Like, you didn't have that back that people feared, like, you were actually going to hand it off to him. And so my whole thing is get more creative with Taysom. If you're going to have Taysom, he's going to have the contract. We know what it is. He's been successful. We'll become more creative. Because we said it last year. Like, if Shanahan had Taysom Hill, think about all the things that he would be doing with him.
True.
Right? Now, that's not saying play him 15, 20 plays a game. That's saying if you play him 8 to 10, make sure those 8 to 10 plays count and they're creative and they're not just, hey, Q power. So that's my thing. Like, be more creative, because now you have a running back in Jamal Williams that I think is a perfect running back to go with Taysom Hill. And so, yes, use that as a true weapon down on the goal line. Use it in short yardage situations like we're talking about. And so I want to see how they use Taysom Hill, because the tight end room, it looks really good now. It's healthy. Like, it is one that during the draft, you're like, man, are they going to select one? They don't. They signed Foster. And now you've got 2 tight ends that you believe in. Maybe Kroll can be a 3rd tight end. So I don't know what his role is there. But if you're going to use him in the right way.
Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of agree with you. The blossoming of the tight end room does make me feel like I don't really need him to catch the ball that much more. Now, I did forget, in 2019, he caught 6 touchdowns. So he has had, like, legitimate in-game over the course of his season receiving success. He caught 19 passes a year. He's only caught 21 total in the 3 seasons since. But, yeah, I'm with you. With Juwan, with Foster, with that tight end room as it is. I don't know that I need him there necessarily. But whatever. It's like you line him up there and you can move him around. Like, again, like Jake said, Pete Carmichael, it is up to you to find a way to best utilize these weapons, none of which is more unique than Taysom Hill. I don't, and one thing I agree with you, Jake. I think when I think about short yardage, I think about Taysom and Jamal Williams together. I think that is a symbiotic relationship. Okay, I think it makes the teams better. I think it threatens the defense in a couple of very big, because what are you gonna? I mean, even just a simple zone read, like not being creative. Are you gonna commit to stopping Jamal Williams, who was a master of getting that yard last year? Or are you going to commit to Taysom Hill pulley? Like, right, you can really stress defense, but they will cannibalize each other's statistics.
Yes.
But don't mistake that for them having down years, right? It could be one of those things where they're actually, like, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Where, yeah, maybe Jamal Williams is going to score 16 touchdowns. Maybe Hill didn't score 7, but the Saints end up being better for the combination.
I think you need to be better, where last year I thought there was times they struggled on the goal line.
Yep.
And even in the red area, because you can use it down there as well. I think that's just the thing with Taysom is a lot of people have different opinions on him being a Saint and the money that he's made and his roster spot on the team. But it's just got to come down to a better plan, in my opinion. Like in the years that he's played for the Saints, I feel like there's really 1 year where it's like, okay, that's how you use Taysom Hill. And they've got to find their way back to that because he's on the roster. He's on the team. He is going to be a part of what you do. Yeah. But you have to have a better plan and a better idea and not just, well, this feels like a good time. Let's throw him in there.
And we're going to find out. Is Pete Carmichael that guy? This is kind of the last year, I think, that he's going to be given to prove to take advantage of this opportunity post Sean Payton. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.